This is an animated short film that made audiences around the world cry. If the person you are waiting for is destined never to return, would you still choose to keep waiting? The story begins one evening. A father rides a bicycle with his daughter to a lakeside. At that moment, the father suddenly stops, gives his daughter a kiss, then turns and walks toward the sea. There is a small boat docked there. He looks back at his daughter, perhaps because of reluctance to part. After hesitating for a moment, he runs back to her and holds her tightly in his arms. However, separation eventually must come. The father finally boards the small boat and says farewell to his daughter. The daughter gazes at him from the shore for a long time, until he completely disappears over the horizon. Only then does she ride her bicycle home. From then on, the girl rides to the seaside every day, silently waiting for her father's return. She keeps this up year after year. The girl grows up, yet she still comes every day to wait for him, returning disappointed each time. Later, she is no longer alone. She seems to come out of the grief of losing her father. However, whenever she passes the seaside, she still cannot help stopping to look, until her friends urge her to leave. Later still, she has a lover, builds a family, and becomes a mother. Her husband and child play by the sea, while she habitually stands by the shore, gazing in the direction her father departed. She is waiting for the person who once made a promise yet never returned. When the daughter appears again, she is alone once more. She can no longer ride the bicycle, and can only push it forward with effort. This time she finally gathers the courage to come to the shore, but discovers that aging faster than her is the sea itself. The vast ocean that once separated father and daughter has now completely dried up, turning into a muddy flat overgrown with wild grass. This time she no longer just watches. Instead, she puts down the bicycle that accompanied her all her life, and chooses to walk into the dried seabed. She passes through tall grass, and walks for a very long time, until she finds a stranded wooden boat. Only then does she understand why her father never returned all these years. She trembles as she climbs into the cabin, and lies down quietly. At the final moment of her life, she seems to become that braided little girl again, and she sees the figure she waited for all her life, smiling and opening his arms. The girl finally embraces her father again. The short film does not tell us where the father went, or why he never returned. But that is no longer important, because the true protagonist of this film was never the father, but the daughter's lifelong love and waiting. It turns out that love and longing can truly transcend life and death, and withstand all erosion of time.